Nice to meet you, Pablo.
I'm very pleased to meet you too. I want to thank you for being here with me and for your time.
What's up?
Well, Doctor, I'm a great fan of the show Botched, but the time has passed. Now we are in season 8.
I know.
It has been a long journey, right? Along the way, we have seen some strange cases, weird surgery, and you, obviously, with Dr. Dubrow, trying to fix people's bodies and mostly their lives. But now, what we can expect from this new season? There's any impressive cases?
So let me say this to you. Number one, this is a season almost kind of flaring like, remember Botched by Nature? We had that 1 year of that. A lot of patients that were born with traumatic defects, a lot of patients that had trauma or were abused and had numerous things wrong with them. These are my patients. And they've had serious, horrible complications. There's some stories in there, from a young lady who was involved in a motor vehicle accident by a drunk driver, and how it pretty much, people in the car she was riding with died, and how it pretty much changed her whole life forever. We have a patient who we gained hearing back again after not having it for many years. We have a patient from Mexico City that has a gigantic tumor on their face that we are able to work on. That's actually the biggest story of the whole series. So there's going to be some incredible stories and very sad ones. A young lady, mouth being destroyed because when she was a kid, her friends gave her acid to drink. So we have all kinds of stories, all different parts of the world, and it's very sad. Some of the stories, you'll get some tears out of it, but the transformations and helping them is what's fantastic.
Whoa. I think that's the great thing about Botch, and why it's so popular is because we learn a lot with every episode. It's fun, it's weird in some cases, but also you can learn from it. So why do you think the show is so popular worldwide?
I think it's a combination. It really has the secret sauce, Pablo. It's got one, it's interesting TV. It's like a train wreck where, you're seeing these things and you kind of close your eyes, but then you're kind of going like this. So when you see these cases, these crazy stories, you want to see it. So you have the craziness, crazy stories, different types of people. You have the transformations, feel good. And then you got maybe a little bit of the relationship, the bromance between Dubrow and I. All those things together make it an incredible, successful show over the entire world.
Along the years, there's any particular case that impact you, but you never show on television?
Well, there was, I think it's season 3, there was a patient named Lucy who had a symptom, which I got a CT scan of her brain. And we discovered that she had something called aneurysms in her brain, which would have killed her shortly. We diagnosed it. And we ended up, she got it fixed. She ended up getting her nose fixed, which was a bad thing already. And her daughter had autism. And they had me go to the filming of the reveal, when they comes out to her family. And that right there, and they had me on that. I was crying a heck of a lot. So, and on this season, the young lady, there's probably 3 or 4 patients that I actually cried. I don't know if they filmed it, but I cried, at least for 3 or 4 patients.
Along the years, how has evolved your relationship with Dr. Dubrow?
Well, we've always been good friends for many years. I think we've gained even more respect for each other, even though you don't see it on TV sometimes, about our surgical skills and doing things. I think that, one, besides us just being very close friends, it's something that With Dubrow and I, we always are laughing constantly. So it's nonstop and we still always get along.
Okay, but who's more popular?
Well, of course, you already know that answer. I'm going to say me, the more handsome looking one. So wait a minute, if you want more of comedy, you watch him. You want to look at someone handsome, you look at me. And of course, I do harder surgery. I do the face. So, that's a lot harder than doing some of that body stuff. Of course, he's going to say the opposite of what I said.
That's a great answer. When you were young, have you ever thought you were going to be on a television show?
Absolutely not. I never even thought about this until I started practice. So in the early 2000s is when I started doing TV stuff.
I just want to thank you again for your time. And finally, I just want to ask you to invite people in Chile, where I'm from, to watch the season 8 of Botched.
So everyone in Chile, please watch season 8 of Botched. You will love it. Muy gracias.
Dr. NASSIF,
is it muy gracias or mucho gracias?
Muchas gracias.
Yeah, muchas gracias.
Thank you again, Dr. NASSIF. Take care, and I
Thank you,
hope we can
Pablo.
talk again.
Thank you, my friend.